Ladies and gentlemen, what is popping?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
It's your favorite marriage coaches. It's Howard.
Hey, LaRhonda.
And we are here for you. We love y'all. Hey, we just wanted to come in and holler at y'all today. You already know we usually kick it up between, 12 and 12:30 on Wednesday. And if you understand where we at right now, we are literally in between 12 and 12:30. So it's a beautiful day outside. We got the birds chirping, people out cutting their grass, people riding up and down the street. It's just a beautiful day. And my beautiful wife and I have a very simple question for you. You want to fight? What's up? What what's really good? You want to not like that though. So the whole point is that we're trying to find out where you're at. I know there's a lot of stuff that faces couples, faces individuals. It's sometimes seemingly an ongoing process in which we constantly are at war, not just with the things that come up against us, but with each other. And it's not a good place to necessarily take those issues and those frustrations. And a lot of times we don't have anywhere else to put it, so we misplace it and we put it on each other. And that's what starts arguments because when really we should be working together, meshing together kind of like that, and then working to build strength and working to build a solution. We end up knock down, drag out, not necessarily physically, but we're just in tension and you just feel it like, and you don't really know how to explain it to each other. And it seems like, hey, you're not getting my version of this, you're not understanding my point of view, you're not understanding my point of view either. Guess what? Stop, breathe, pray, repeat. Stop, breathe, pray. Because the whole point of the matter is that this is your helpmeet. You are each other's helpmeet. You are it's a spouse, like it's your wife or your husband. It's not your combatant. It's not your opponent. You're literally fighting against everything together. And if you're fighting against each other, now you're singled out. You're on an island by yourself, even though you're in the same house. You are literally separated in thought, in physical being, like you're not even near each other. And the thing about it is that you're not going to be able to get that back together until somebody brings it together. Calm down, take a deep breath, look at each other in the face, and say, I love you. Let's work this out together.
So, how many times? So, we want you all to participate too. So, please feel free to put in the comments. So, how many times have you actually been in that position where you're not seeing eye to eye, or stress levels, or I wouldn't even say stress level? It's just so much, so many things that are constantly continue to happen in life, and it just ain't like keep piling up and piling up. For instance, prime example, within the last week, we've had two cars had to be towed back to the house. And this was like late at night, like after 9 or 10, 11 o'clock at night, because we waiting on AAA. So it wasn't like we can call a car service company to say, hey, is it okay if we drop our car off, blah blah blah, and this and that. So now we got to have you all bring it to the house, and then we try to figure this out. So 2 days now. I mean, I'm sorry, not 2 days, two cars within a week. So it's like, what do you do from there? Do you um stress out about it? Do you worry about it? Do you take it out on your spouse? Do you get frustrated? Do you shut down, sulk? Um, do you just frustrated with just life, and take it out on coworkers and your kids and all of those things? What is something? What is a way that you cope? One minute, first of all, how do you react to situations like that, and how do you cope in the midst of until you see your breakthrough?
Because usually it's not just those things that's going on. Um, a lot of us have frustrations outside of the house besides whatever occurs during, so it's actually been about 3 days and these two cars have went down. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but there's other stuff that is perpetuated through different areas of our lives that brings, frustration and just like, how do we deal with this? How do we deal with that? The whole point is that you have to start dealing together. Like even just this morning, we sat and we looked at each other and we were talking about certain things, and I could feel the tension mounting a little bit because we're both frustrated. So I said, hold on one
Or
second.
getting to the part where you frustrated. It
Right.
was just like you can feel it, and then it's like, come
like
on.
like pump brakes, both of y'all. Like,
And it
so
wasn't like, and let me explain that. And it wasn't like it was just yelling. You can just feel it. You know how
yeah,
you
it
can
wasn't
just,
no yelling.
yeah, you
There
know how you
wasn't
can
none of that.
just feel it. Like maybe you're not getting my point, or maybe getting your point. So we had to talk, and that was actually awesome because it was like, this is what I need from you. How I need for you to support me, and I just need you to hear me, not necessarily to respond.
And see, the thing about it is that I had to stop where I was at because a lot of times we all feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders. And that's literally where I felt like I've been feeling. And it's like so much weight. But I had to stop, I had to pause. I looked at my wife. I put my hands out. I said, come on. And she was like, what's going on? I said, about to pray. Because point blank, period, for us being who we are, we cannot do the things that is necessary and detrimental for us to do without prayer. Honestly, um, I know a lot of people like, I know some people who have been in the streets their whole life and they pray every single day. I know some people who don't go to church at all, who do. I mean, like literally, when I say in the streets, I'm everything you can think about the streets. They in it, but they pray every day. And honestly, where does better consistency come from? If you start praying every day, it puts you in the mindset of everything's going to be okay because you cast all your cares upon your heavenly Father. Like literally, I am not trying to preach to any of y'all, but I'm trying to tell you that it works for us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't stress this any more than I'm stressing it right now. Prayer literally and most utterly changes things.
Mm-hmm.
So, the entire way that things were starting to spiral this morning, it was like, wait a minute, let's reverse that. And it wasn't like it was about to go into a full blown argument and nothing like that. We just want y'all to understand that we are real people too, and we don't sugarcoat anything for anybody.
And sometimes we have to coach ourselves.
And that's what
So it
happened
happens.
this morning.
Yeah, we have to take what we teach and have learned, and we still have to apply it when things go on in life, when things happen in life, where we feel like it's out of our control, when we feel like there's nothing else that we can possibly do in this situation. And how many times have you found yourself where like so many things seem like it just keep happening, and then you
Yeah,
start thinking, and that's what my husband was saying, like it's so many other things that we're dealing with as individuals and as a
yeah,
couple, but then we still pray individually, but then we still have to remind ourselves that we still have to pray together as a couple. But a lot of times what happens is some of the stuff that you was like, God got that, God got that, oh, I'm not worried about that, I'm not worried about that, so you can just keep throwing it off. But then when those times when it seems like so many things keep piling up at once, you start thinking about those things again.
yeah.
And so then it's like, oh my goodness, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that. Now you like, what do I do in the midst of all that? Like my husband say, you have to stop, breathe, and pray. And that's some of the things that we talk about even in our coaching program, is to teach you how to deal with that when times get rough, when situations, when you're going through self-healing, and that part where you starting to think about old stuff that you've been suppressing for so long, and things that you're going through even now. We teach you about your spirituality, like whatever that you practice, whatever helps you get back to your where you can kind of be like spiritually, and where you just like balance right there, whatever gets you back to your center point where you can
Focus on
focus.
it.
Yes, this is what we tell you. Then go back to whatever roots that you practice spiritually, whatever it is, because we're not here to tell you what you need to be doing. As far as spiritually, whatever helps you to do what you need to do to channel your energy to get it back center and balance where you can focus and to grab a hold onto things where you're able to deal with them one thing at a time. And so with the two cars, it's like, okay, so what do we do with it? Okay, this car needs that, this car needs that. So if you have the money to do it, then you get it fixed. If you don't, you just build up and then you just kind of work your way around different things. Then let me find my people that say, hey, I'll help you if you need help. Or you call Uber or you do what you need to do at that point. Always found the good in every situation. And the Bible talks about that too. Every situation, praise him. So that's what we and my husband was he just so happened to hit his Bible app last night, and that was one of the things to talk about. Praise God in every situation. And so this is a whole nother situation that we're just gonna continue to praise our way through because we can't afford to fall back. We can't afford to um be
Be at
stressed
odds
out.
with each other. Like,
Yeah,
yo, that does not,
yeah.
that's not the, I mean, you are a team. Okay, so think of any team. I don't care what sport you like. If you even if you don't like sports, think about the Olympics or whatever. Like think about a team. Think about a business team. If you do not work together, if you do not train together, if you do not you know focus in the arena of being able to like, okay, this is what we need to do as a team. This is your position, this is my position, this is this person's position, this is everybody has to work together in order to
Mm-hmm.
win. Do you want to be a championship team or do you want to be the bingo? I mean, excuse me, my bad. Or do you want to be one of those teams that just seem to never get over the hump? And that's the thing. When it comes to a marriage, when it comes to a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you at that point are a team. And what you do as a team, and this is not, they be like, wait a minute, hold on, somebody got to be the coach. When you think about the coach, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just one coach. It's never one coach. Football has multiple coaches. You got quarterback coaches, you got defensive line coaches, you got offensive line coaches, you got the head coach. When it comes to us and when it comes to families, she's a coach, I'm a coach. Guess who the head coach is? God. We ain't got time to be trying to be like, no, I got control. No, I got control. Now, that's not how it works.
I mean, even with those coaches, they still have to work as a team.
Have to.
So just because he a defensive line coach, whatever, head coach, and this and that, is that they still have to communicate.
The
They
head
still,
coach, which will be God, directs both of us
yes.
in the direction in which we should go. Do we always listen? No. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Do
just
we
being
always
real.
have? But do we sometimes have our own opinion on how it should go? Like, yes, like, wait a minute, hold on.
And see,
Maybe it should. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do
that's one of them moments when you
that.
probably should have kicked the field goal instead of going for the touchdown because it was going to tie the game. And you could have took it to the overtime and figured it out then. You know what I'm saying? But we love each other with a unfailing, you know, unconditional, passionate love because we've been together so long. And it ain't about the length, it's about the fact that we care for each other to a point where like we are not just husband and wife, we are best friends. We talk about everything, and it's us against the world. It honestly is. So you need to have this mentality when you go into these situations, when things start hitting, when bills start coming out of nowhere, and you like, man, yo, like what is going on? Like why is everything coming at once, like a snowball coming down in a large mountain, just getting bigger and bigger, like them old cartoons. You know what I'm saying? And it catches people up in it, and that's the problem. You got to learn how to dodge some of this stuff.
Yeah, I told my husband he was oh had a
All right,
excuse me. Yeah, hold on. I'm
all
sorry.
right.
Hold on. I'll tell my story in just a second. Hold on. We got the windows open. Somebody was cutting grass, so it's like all that stuff dusting up through the windows. But anyway, I was telling my husband he was talking to me. He was talking to me. I couldn't hear him. He was in the other room, And on his computer, he was playing like this storm in the back. Cause like, have you ever like had one of those like it's a video and it just plays like different storms and the rain or something like that, so you can go to sleep, right? So he had it up loud, and I was working on my computer, but I can hear him trying to talk to me, and I said back, I was like, I can't hear you because of the storm behind me.
Ding, ding, ding.
And I said it, and I had to pause for a minute. Like, I can't hear you because of the storm behind me. So that's what you have to tell the enemy sometimes. I can't hear you because of the storm is behind me. So whatever that you're facing today, whatever you going through, that's your storm. That's whatever. If it's something that you cannot um that is out of your control, and you feel like it's a storm, you feel like thunderstorms, you feel like it's a tornado or a hurricane, whatever it is that you feel like it's too much for you, and it's a lot of stuff that's going on and just all up in the air, and you feel like that's your storm, you have to put it behind you. You have to continue to tell it like you is behind me, is behind me, is behind me. I can't hear you when the enemy start giving you all this negativity, people coming at you with all kind of stuff, or some more stuff come at you, a bill, a family member sick, or you may be sick. When that stuff come up, you have to put it like, I'm putting it behind me. I'm putting it behind me. That means that I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to sit and worry about it. I'm not going to allow it to change the way I feel right now. I'm not going to allow it to change the atmosphere of my house. Is that I have to put the storm behind me so that I can hear. So,
The enemy is always trying to get you to go back into the storm. He wants to constantly keep you in the storm because what happens is it keeps you off balance. It keeps you disoriented. It keeps you in a position where you cannot necessarily get your
see
footing and go
purpose.
forward. Because
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, if you think about different storms, like you think about a tornado, it lifts you up and it just spins you and it keeps you in a tumultuous tumultuous issues and problems and stuff that you really want to get out of. Sometimes it's a torrential downpour, and you got to think about your footing. Sometimes it's muddy, and you might slip. You might not be able to, like, if you were going up a hill, but it's a torrential downpour and it's all mud, that's going to be the toughest climb of your life. So what you have to do is you have to put what it is for us. We put the sun in front of us, the heavenly Father, which who lightens the light of our path, and it dries everything in front of us. That way, once we hit that first step of dry ground, guess what? You need to take off running. Because the whole point about that is that if you slip and you fall and you get stuck in that storm, you get stuck in that situation, guess what? It is one of the hardest things to get out of because now you're stuck in here. Once you get stuck in here, the rest of this stays wherever this goes. So you have to literally first overcome, see yourself outside of the storm, because this is just the thing. Like everybody's drove down the highway and you can see, like, say it's sunny and whatever, but you know that there's rain in front of you because you can see like a curtain. Same thing as far as being inside of it. You can see the sun on the other side, but you got to wait until you get to it. It could even be sunny where you at, but it's still raining because the simple fact is you right there. You are
Mm-hmm.
right there. Whatever you do, please, please fight together, not against each other. Love each other, talk it out. Sometimes you might feel that tension well enough. Shut your mouth. Stop, pray.
Stop, breathe, pray.
Stop, breathe, pray. And then, see, that's the thing. That's the difference. It completely changed our atmosphere this morning. We're not telling you something that does not work. So, whatever it is that you believe in, whoever you believe in, pray.
and
Make sure that you're centering yourself and your relationship and everything that's going on in your life in that prayer.
And if you have a spouse and you're just like, or a significant other, you're like, they don't want to pray, they don't go to church, they don't believe, blah, 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 and this and that, then you do it yourself.
Exactly.
And even if they don't want to do it at the time, even if they do go to church, they believe in God, they do all of that. And sometimes it's like that where it's like, look, I'm not in that space right now. I can't
Mm-hmm.
pray right now. Then either you pray on your own to change the atmosphere in your house and to change the energy that you have going on spiritually in your body and in your significant other's body, it's going to make a total difference. There's times where my husband may be somewhere and he's frustrated, or me vice versa, and I'm like, babe, I just need some prayer. I don't have to go into details, I don't have to do anything, but just knowing that we're praying together or he's praying for me or vice versa, it
Mm-hmm.
makes a total difference. So don't be discouraged if you have a partner or a spouse that doesn't go to church or doesn't believe in spirituality that you believe in or whatever, is that you position yourself to do it. Do it anyway. It counts, it works, and I'm trying to tell you, it works. So, as my husband said, don't fight against each other, fight together to change everything, change what you want to have happen. And so, even though the situation may seem like it's the same, is there still change your reaction? Change. I kid you not, you will begin to see the change in your situations once you just like you, because you're gonna keep positioning yourself, and then as you can continue to see like little steps or little things that's happening that's changing, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like
So,
yeah, it does work. This is working. We got this.
and
Like,
I'm
yes, you
gonna
do.
answer that question about you want to fight for you. Yeah, you want to fight, not each other, but you want to put back to back, and you want to go hard as you can against those situations in which it feels like you're losing control. Because guess what? You're not. You're not losing control. You just need to hand over control to the right person.
Yep. And so we love you all. Hopefully this is helpful for you
Hey,
guys.
wait a minute.
And
Love, like, and share.
yeah.
And make sure that you go down into the description and hit and check out our website. It's hlcoaching.coach. Check us out.
Yep.
Check out every single tab, go through every shirt, every
That's where you can also book your appointments to schedule with us your 30-minute coaching consultation, which is free. And so see if you're a great fit for us, whether you are a couple or just as an individual man or woman. If you're a couple, you get both of us. Hey.
yeah, balance, call it balance. Also, um, I think I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you better get it. True. Get
Beep.
it.
Yep, still gone. Nah, but honestly, we love y'all very much. Please, it might not be for you. It might not pertain to you, but if you share it, it shall get to the person that it needs to get to. Okay?
All right. Yep.
We love y'all so
Awesome.
much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank
Peace.
you.
Peace.
Later.
Literally peace in your home. That's what we praying for right now. Peace in your home.
Yes.
So we love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Later.